Test, test, test. Audio. New microphone. Test, test, test. It's scuffed, but it's fine for today. AJ Ish. Leah T. Yo, Shatak. Thank you very much, chap. That's very kind of you. Hey, Vaka. How you doing, Shatak? Hey, Vaka. How are we all doing, folks? So I haven't had a chance to hop back on Substance yet. It's been a very busy week. So I'm just remembering where we left off and all that jazz. And then we'll carry on. How are we all doing there? How's everyone's Thursday? Thank you again, Sir Tack. That's very kind of you. Right, I think all should be in order. Let's have a look. I may have some recommendations. Hey, no worries, Becky. Yeah, I'm starting off super slow at the moment, but do feel free to DM me or send me some links that I can add to my repertoire. Hey, Zavosky, how you doing? Sertac, I'm good. I was struggling with design. It's great to see you. No worries, Sertac. Thanks for popping by. Not too bad, Zarowski. How are you doing? Zurowski. Squeeze Z. So as usual, the tutorial is free. It's in the bottom corner. I'm following free tutorials for a while. If I follow a paid tutorial, I'm not going to stream it out of respect for the paid content. But we'll be focusing on free tutorials first. So we're starting with the official Adobe starting one, essentially. So I'm going to be watching that, checking chat when I can. I'm on a temporary microphone for this week. Things are a bit busy over here, so apologies for that. Shouldn't sound too bad. And we should all be back to normal next week with the usual microphone. So we had the little baguette thing that we ended up on. I think we were. Which part of the. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember. So I think we did this one last week. Did this one last week? Yes, we did. Yes, okay, we ended there last week. So in this video, we're going to see how we go from one thread to a complex fabric using the tiling nodes. Okay, let's do this video then. All right. Yeah, no, all good. Vaka, I've got like the Daniel Theiger ones, Josh Lynch ones. Those are, I'm going to move to eventually. They've got some free stuff like the Ben Wilson ones from DinCon and Johnny Nodes, some stuff from Kai as well. So, but I'm starting base zero, like unassumed knowledge of it first, and then slowly going to build up over the rest of the year. The only thing that is, I wasn't able to solve this because it requires going into Windows and changing the UI, which messes up other stuff. But on a 4K monitor, some of the UI is like difficult to see. It's quite zoomed out. That's the only thing so far that's been a bit annoying. And then just getting used to all the menus. So where did this person go? They went to height scale. Okay. Pushed up to 10. But yes, as I said last week, all of my progress is going to be on stream for Designer. Whether I do extra streams or just the streams once a month, everything's going to be tied to stream. So technically, the whole process of me trying to learn Designer is going to be on stream. And hopefully by the end of the year, January 2026, we'll be able to make some decent materials. Hey, Astro. Yeah, Unreal 5.6 is like everything's in different places trying to find it. I know what you mean. Aha, I beat you to it. I beat you to that one. Yep. Oh my god. Oh no, thank you. Jesus. Okay. It's tiny for me, but I see it. Uh, just like Unreal. Okay. How's everyone's Thursday going? It's gone pretty quick, right? Bit of a busy week for me. A lot of things happening. House stuff, life stuff, health stuff, all sorts really. But we are human, right? And it happens. Glad to get back into some 3D stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, image inputs. And that's going to take our baguette, which will eventually be a thread. Okay. Change to max. Because add white. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. As with those sausages that come from the butchers and they haven't been cooked yet. Tiny UI, tiny UI. Where are we? Okay. Overwriting to get more. Okay. Interstices. Okay. Okay, interesting. Nope. Morning, Metal. Welcome back. Good to see you again. How are things? Vaca, you still here? Vaca, Vaca. I always get it wrong. So we do that. We derange it with that, and then we sharpen it. Although maybe I have too much in here. Yeah, okay. Bit different to mine. Just the levels. Okay. Wait, mine didn't do that. Hold on. Other space levels. No, okay, hold on. What does she say? Oh, okay. I'm being silly. Okay. I thought it was like a mouse over thing. It's you got to actually highlight it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay, I like that. Cool, cool, cool. There's a color ramp node in UE 5.6. Uh, color ramp. Is that different to like a gradient map curve? Because that was also like reminds me of a ramp as well. Because that was in the old ones. What does this new one do, Metal Gear? What is substance design? I'm still learning a painter. Um, I guess the simple answer is painter. Now you can do both in both, so don't get me wrong. But if you wanted like a simple explanation, painter, you usually texture props, like hero props and stuff like that. Designer, you usually make tileable materials, but you can do both in both. But that's like what the baseline is, yeah, at least in my opinion. Designer is basically like a like blueprint, but for making textures. You know, like a visual scripting for texturing, essentially, with black and white maps and blend modes. Checking OBS to see. Okay, that's good. I do wonder how this tutorial is gonna, I guess, scale it back up because it looks very noisy. But yeah, it's very hard for me to see. Shift redock to the end of the graph. Yes, shift redock to the end of the graph. Oh, okay. Hey Jim, how you doing? Also, welcome, Little True. Hey, just there's also a plugin called TextureGraph that basically is a base version. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it is. It is two documents. Okay, what do we do? Mhm. So they did that, then they shift clicked. But in the previous tip, would it technically work if I did this? instead. Transform. So I guess you. Let's just try it here. So I guess when it's more than one node, you can't connect it. So that's probably why they did it like that. Then shift clicked. Okay, interesting. So let's see, transformation 2D. It goes into there. Oh, go back. I missed something. You can do it. Right, next one. Man, there's quite a lot. It's good stuff, though. So we're going to create custom shapes. We'll go through two methods: a free method based on randomness and more controlled methods. Righty. Ripple, yay! I'm making rocks. Brian said that song. Da, 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 da. Whoa. Mm. Ooh. Interesting. So that material mode drugs are okay. All the materials. Pretty powerful stuff. Pretty powerful stuff. Let's check a few things. Bye-bye. How are we doing, folks? Real good? Oh, slowly learning. We'll get there. Oh, putting together the puzzle pieces. Astro, if you're there, is your son sleeping again? Your son being your cat, obviously, always sleeps when I'm on stream. He's sleeping again. Okay. So if that could be good for trim sheets, and if you were like space this out, this could be like little emblems. Okay. Yeah. It's got mathematical spacing. Interesting. Okay. I see. Oh Lord. Okay. Wait, what did you use? Hold on. What did you use the transform 2D for? To place it? You didn't move it. Or does a transform 2D, even if it doesn't move it, does it like stamp it down to 2D to be used in a follow-up node? Interesting. We can soon find out. Oh, oh, no, okay, that's disconnect. Maybe the transform 2D is to be able to move it afterwards. That's what I'm going to assume. We would want to do anyway, right? Okay, yeah, makes sense. No, don't like it. Um, Ooh, cool, cool. Pretty cool tutorial, especially starting out, yeah. Still got a fair bit to go. Custom images. Hey Slate, how you doing? Happy Thursday, welcome back. How are you? I see the fire, okay. I think this is a good one because I've seen a lot of people start off in ZBrush with their medium and large forms and then bring it into Designer, so I can visualize how this would be that first step using the height map from ZBrush. Oh, you lush. Yeah, we've got a long way on this to go. Probably take another week or so, but we're there's some splines, some shape mixing, um, making shape generation, just all fundamental stuff at the moment. Making subgraphs, um, working on this sort of fabric pattern, which this tutorial will bring us back to eventually. This video, there isn't. I don't think there's a source file for it, but this is just like if you bring in an image, a height map or something, what to do with it. Oh, you actually went over it. Okay. Horizontal mirror. Specific parameters. Rotation, stretch. Oh, Right, okay, what does that do? Random pattern number. What's the difference? There's no description in these. So random is kind of like not every single one face left. Oh, okay. I guess that's more mathematical. Whereas if you're doing like something organic, you probably have it on random. That's pretty cool for patterns and stuff, especially if you're making wallpapers and tiling patterns. That list just tile. Well, most yeah, just tiling is cool. Oh. This video's got 3 minutes left, so if you're listening, anyone on the Discord that is listening that wants their project on stream and a quick look at, reviewed, feedback, prep up. 5 minutes, we'll start. Oh, of course. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if we go back to that's cool. Yovia, happy Thursday, and I'll see you again. How do you? Not too bad. How you doing? Nice. I had to stop modeling. No, that sucks, man. I know some people say using a Wacom is a lot better for the wrist or a vertical mouse. I don't know if that's what you're doing. Cool, really cool, very powerful. I can't wait to start. Nice, doing patterns and being procedural, and I can imagine it with bricks as well and being able to change them. So that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, yo. So I'm going to unmute. If you have a project and want it to be seen on stream and have some notes about it, please do pop in, and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to unmute. Share my screen. No, where's V? Yo, what up, V? You ready to get your work review? No, I'm just kidding. Leah was first. Sorry, you have to go back. I wouldn't. It's so tempting, but it'd be so mean to do that. I'll just load up your Miro. It's just a Miro, right? Or is there a video? Oh, there's a video. Oh, I see it. Okay. I'm also going to need to unmute you before chat tells me, because I always mute the audio. Oh, that's awesome. So the audio, the desktop audio was muted, so you could never, no one on stream heard you get to, no one believe you anymore, so.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, wait, is that how oh, no, that's week 27. No. Message.
I need to disable my window capture. Cool. Week 28, I have your video here, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Let me just check some things. Your audio is on, my audio is on. They can see the stream. We'll just check the chat.
Test.
I need 3 monitors, I think. It's so to keep track of everything.
I know, cool. Right? Yeah, same here.
Yeah, stream's quiet anyway, so it's probably just a few of the regulars. So, yeah, so I'm going to go through the video. Okay. Obviously, I'm sharing screen on Discord. So, what have we been up to in the last week?
Yeah, so basically, in this week, I've been focusing on the tower. I've been focusing on, first of one thing is materializing images. The second part is improving the shader work. So having height lerped textures for sure. But yeah, definitely took a huge chunk of time. Yeah, and what else? I think, honestly, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, just working on the tower essentially, and working on your shader stuff, and getting it to kind of work well. I think you even have more of an updated version, right, than the video, or is that the latest one?
Yeah, that's the latest one. Yeah.
Cool. I've seen it in quite a few states.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically, right now I have 2 materials which are being height lerped. One is a stone texture, which you can see here, and the other one is a plaster or stucco material, right?
What's the mask? Have you got a black and white? Have you got a picture of the black and white mask that's going between here? Because it is going behind the bricks, which is good. Just looks very soft. Mm-hmm. So maybe that is the material itself, or maybe it needs a detail normal.
Yeah, I can definitely, sharpen it in the shader itself.
But I think it
Yeah,
needs tertiary detail
it's
as well, because almost like here, you see on here, these
mhm,
ones, these are
yeah,
these have a lot going on the bricks, but on here they're kind of like, you see how they're soft and like smooth.
yeah, for
So
sure.
that's not probably not to do with the shader itself, more like how much is in the albedo and the normal map of the
Mm,
actual materials you're doing. Let's have a look at your
yeah.
mirror.
Mhm. There he is. There he is.
Everything's loading up.
Ah, there we go.
At some point, you probably need a new board at some point. Yeah, I remember this at Ballistic Moon. We would constantly add our work in progress images, and after a year, the board was just so laggy because Thomas kept uploading 4K images and he didn't know how to upload proper images, and he just lagged out the board.
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
Oh my god, it's like boing, I'm gonna spring into action. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it
God,
is.
that project, yeah.
Actually looks quiet and peaceful for once, unlike stream earlier, attacking things.
Yeah. She is sleeping now, yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna click you and you take us through your Miro. What's on here? What do these things mean? It's quite a lot of info and text.
Yeah, okay. So basically, what is it? After last Thursday, I wrote down all the information, all the feedback that I got, right? Put it into order and then um started working on that list.
Yeah, yeah.
So on the first day, I've been basically, yeah, I started with materializing images. Um, and yeah, starting, what is it with? Starting reworking I guess, yeah, the height lerp and everything, getting comfortable with that. Day two was, setting up like a materially a blend shader. Which didn't work out at the end of the day, so I adjusted that. But yeah, working with different materials. Then here, materializing different images, getting comfortable in that. Here, day four is basically where I created one logic for adding stones at the edges of an object.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Which,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is, yeah, that is definitely something which I'm gonna include in the coming week for my tower. Because yeah, right now, because I use nanite tessellation, it like bloats up the mesh and thus it creates ripples at the edges wherever there are basically seams, right? So I have to hide those. I have to hide those seams.
You're using
Yeah.
the day 4 tool to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the day 4 tool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on day 5 I basically learned a different method of like how to scatter bricks, I guess, or like a different scattering system, which can be cool for maybe foliage or anything like more organic, but I don't think that it will really work well on edge stones. And then here on day 6, I basically refined the shader material, got the Heidler working, and yeah, basically that's it. That's where I am right now. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites
Mm-hmm.
because this can be used on anything.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously this is a test, right? Because this looks more like it looks like barnacles, which would be good for a ship, but probably not the building, right? So
Yeah, exactly. This is the day 5 logic, right? Which that's why I also have a second image here without them, right? Where yeah, it's just I
so you
think
just I assume
those ones definitely look better.
you have a parameter then for your tool to be roughly the same size as the actual texture bricks to use on here, right? Now I wonder
Yeah.
if what would happen if someone scaled this texture up? What would happen to these? Would you need to do that afterwards, or would it do it with it, sort of thing?
Which texture, like the brick texture, or
Yeah, if someone was like, "Oh, just scale it up a little bit,
the
scale up resolution," would you have to go regenerate the all of this again to match the scale? Or?
if it's not baked yet, right? And like let's say I just have my Houdini tool, right? I add the textures to my tool and everything, and it's not baked, then yeah, I could basically say that, oh, you're tiling the materials by ×2. Okay, then we're gonna enlarge the bricks on the, or yeah, decrease the bricks by ×2, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose that's
the
alright then.
smaller
Like
the
if it's
texture, the
baked, it's
smaller
probably
the.
I suppose if it's live, it's going to take up way too much. If it's just a click away, I think, which it is, that'll be good.
Yeah.
So much is happening.
I mean, I guess it's like I guess that's where I guess it all depends on the need. Is it something that, like, let's say, for example, you have your tool and the tower gets created, and meanwhile it's also that the edge stones get created, or is it something that, like, oh, I have a tool which detects edges, for example, and then it scatters stones on those edges, right? It really depends on what's needed. Yeah.
So
I could do both.
what textures are on here then? Which of these up here are from that building?
So this one here, I think. This one here is for the stones. I think. Is it this one or is it? No, it's this one here. It's this one. This one and this one.
Something looks something looks off with it. It's like very soft and it's like lost its sharpness. Is it definitely at is it definitely at TD?
No, it's everything here is in textile density, right?
It is.
It is in textile density. Yeah, I have a parameter in my shader material that where I'm able to smooth out the edges of the plaster mask. So that could be something why it's so smooth.
Have you got a picture of your height mask that you're using? You just drop it into the board. Maybe drop some buffer views as well. Drop the albedo and the
Yeah, let me see if I
world
can do it.
normal. Because something's it's like coming out like not like this. It's not got the sharpness.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on there. I'll have to take a deeper look probably in the week. But as an initial thing, there's something there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Unreal Engine 5.6. Yeah, I can definitely provide that for, what is it? I can definitely do it tomorrow, right? And show you.
Yeah, if you don't have it loaded up now, it's fine.
Yeah.
We can look off stream, but we just need to have a look at what's. Also, it's probably good if you kind of did this a little bit over here. More of this, because obviously we're looking at this in overcast, but we can have a look at it in direct lighting. with
Mm-hmm.
those blends just on a bunch of different shapes, not just the tower, then we can actually see if it's
Mm-hmm.
does it look good on all the shapes in the asset zoo? Yes. And it looks weird in the level. Okay, what's going on?
Mm.
Or it looks weird in the asset zoo. It looks
Yeah,
weird in
gotcha.
things. So let's just update the asset zoo with all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Because yeah, it would be interesting to see what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we could. That's cool. We can look at that off stream, and that's my only major notes. Then is the material reads really at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, the other stuff's really cool. Like the tool is really cool. Like that edge brick tool is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, that's something which I'm gonna focus on in the next few days, to implement that. Yeah, and then everything else will be shader work and making it more believable. I would really love to, what is it, have some, I guess, more, I guess, in certain areas like softer transitions, right? So I feel like right now, of course, the windows here are, like default material and everything, so not PBR, not correct texture, right? But I would love to have like, I guess more of like a blend between those two,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah.
Either decal or some sort of, even if it's just vertex
Yeah.
blending around it. But yeah, you can do some stuff with that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Same with this, like having some sort of something going on behind it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably like I know the foliage is probably still work in progress, but probably more leaves,
Yeah,
brighter, because they look dark.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll look at the materials. You can get them in the asset zoo and stuff. We'll have a look at that because
Mm-hmm.
you can see here, like when it's next to
Gotcha.
this, this one has way more sort of variation in it, and these are like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
softer, mushed out. Same with these as well. These arches need to
Yeah,
get more sort of medium detail on there and have a look what's going on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely,
Cool.
absolutely.
So if that's cool. Yes, fixing seams will be interesting because obviously we can put the bricks on and hide it, but not every building's going to have that, right? So it'd be interesting
Yeah.
to see how you can fix that and what can look like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Some kind of scheme logic, yeah.
Yeah. No, cool. No, it's just yeah, mainly material stuff. Have a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
The Houdini stuff
Yeah.
looks great. The generating edge on there is good. Obviously, that this will be a
Mm-hmm.
good gateway into when you start doing stuff like this roof, and you
Mm-hmm.
should be able to just generate tiles on it nice and easy then.
Yeah.
If you're doing all that stuff, that'll be interesting to see that in action as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And all that jazz. And then
Absolutely.
the blending you're doing here, which is much better. We just need to get the height map and look at it. You can do it here because obviously there's no height map here. It's using like, it's like geometry. We can see it kind of looks weird, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
From the old
absolutely.
school, but you can see now it's in the shader. Even though this needs a bit of work, this is way more natural. So then it's like
Yeah.
updating that over to there again and back and forth. So, but that's good though. Once
Yeah,
you iron that
absolutely.
out, every asset is just going to follow the same workflow. So your bell curve will
Yeah,
speed way
yeah.
up. No, cool. We'll look at the materials off stream. But yeah, good stuff. Anything you want to ask, or anyone in chat that wants to say anything, or have a comment?
Let's check. No, I guess
What about you? How are you
not
getting
so.
on with it? You enjoying the process of the Houdini madness?
Oh yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. It can be quite punishing, but honestly, I do believe that once I have the essentials down, it's just gonna be way faster with the rest of the stuff as well. Yeah. I feel like right now everything just looks a little bit clunky and wonky. um, but yeah, I think once I'm done with that tower, I can just like go straight to what is it here, the like walls and everything else, right? And just apply my knowledge there.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he says about the height map as well. Yeah, we can have a look at that afterwards.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, if you can prep that stuff, we can have a look tomorrow or something, or whenever you get it ready. So the map that's the black and white height map that's used to blend, and then the individual G buffer views, and then the blend set up on some primitives in the asset zoo with the daytime lighting, and then get that all on mirror and get it ready in engine, and we can have a look and see what's going on and fix each ingredient of it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Shall I send over the next client?
Yeah, look at this guy putting 2 videos in, taking liberties. Yeah, send them in.
I know, right? All right.
Good stuff. Hey, MJ. How do?
MJ?
Talking to MJ Nelson. Not is your name MJ? Your name is V.
I'm sorry.
How you doing? I'm sharing screen. I'm gonna watch both of your videos. Yeah, so greedy. 2 videos. How could you? But so what are these videos? What's in them? How's your progress been? How are things going? How's stuff?
Yes, things are coming along well. Still working on the same ramen shop, trying to improve upon the materials. Actually, not the material itself, but the beta values of some of my textures, which were too dark based on the feedback I got last week. So I did some adjustment this week, made a new vending machine and a exhaust fan sort of a prop for the ramen shop, which you will see in the second video.
Oh, your first video is dying. Is it like 8K?
Oh,
I'll go to your second video.
no,
This seems
it's
more
not.
relevant for what you're doing. Oh yeah, cool. Look at that. 5-star. Oh wait, no. Am I dying or is it the videos?
It's your internet. Maybe the guys who came, maybe they messed up with your Ethernet.
CV, you got to take a leaf from Leah's book, right? It's always YouTube videos, nice and easy. But no, not you. Oh, we'll put it into the server. We're gonna crash the server.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. I suppose I should try and download it.
What if you skip that part? Does it is it playing? No, it's not.
Oh, dude, the download from Discord is so slow. I don't have enough nitro. Blame your video. I'll let it buffer in the background if it does.
Okay. We can look on the mirror board.
Yeah, both your videos die in the same place. It's like it gets 30 seconds in and it's dead. I wanted to see it up close. It was so good. Yeah, we'll look at the mirror.
Oh no.
We need the V YouTube
It's a
account.
V16.
V YouTube
The next
account.
one. The next one.
Oh, this one? Okay.
You're going left.
Oh, this one? Right. Oh, this is cool. Yeah. Look at this.
There we go. Exactly.
Week 1.
Yep.
Can you imagine if it improved going left? That would be very odd. So last week, remind us where you're at, what you're doing.
Yes, the main feedback was like fixing the albedos for the ceramic and the leather texture, and uh, the metal texture for the trim sheet, which I did.
What was it for the trim
It's on the
sheet,
next.
metal trim sheet? Was it the roughness?
Yes, the roughness still remains. I still need to fix it. Problem is that like since it's a trim sheet and the UVs are like scaling up and down all the way, I need to add another mask or something in order to scatter it around. I still haven't done it. I started making a vending machine instead. I wanted to get slightly distracted from the textures for a while. So I'm gonna fix the roughness later on in the weeks, but I did look at some of the albedos for the leather, ceramic, and the metal texture
Nice. So
for trim.
how are you using this data here? Tell us. Are you looking at
So
these
okay, so
values and
yeah, so uh, like my leather texture, it was lacking contrast as you can see in the histogram. Like it was quite a squish. Then I went to this table, looked at some of the values. And right now it sits somewhere around 58 to 70 to 73. It's not in here because it's still the previous one where it was like lacking contrast and I tried to like expand it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, and now this is what it looks like now.
Cool. Would have been
Yeah,
good to
and
see a
at the
before
bottom I
after of
have the before
this.
and after image. It's yeah, it's at the bottom, like you can see it more clearly. Uh,
Oh yeah,
I
Memphis.
mean, yeah,
It's all
those
right.
ones.
Bit saturated. Just be careful of how colourful it is.
Mm.
When you add more contrast, it's going to get more saturated. But sometimes you got to.
Yeah,
You can kind of see here, right? You've nailed your saturations on the wood, and it's like ginger. This is as ginger as tea, you know. So this one's better.
that's why
This
that
one's better.
yeah, that's why like I added shades of different orange over there, and I wanted to ask
These
like
are good.
which one looks better. So
This
uh,
this with yellow, I'd say is good
okay,
because it comes into art direction,
yeah,
right? How saturated you should be. So this is where you set yourself like your saturation limits. Um, that way, then things won't be like too colorful. Just right, not colorful. But yeah, I really like the saturation of these with a hue
okay,
slider on. That's
all right,
really
yeah.
cool.
Although it's the same texture, but all right.
Yeah, just change the.
Okay.
This one looks darker, unless it's tricking me. Oh yeah, it is darker.
It is darker because of the custom primitive data values. Um,
Yeah, they can be the same textures. Nothing wrong with that. It's just you take this and you just make sure this is the one that swaps on the color. And if you are going to tint it a bit, do it by like 10% each
mm,
way.
kind of like how did in here over these oranges on the front.
Where are you? I can't even see you on
No, in
the.
in that same image, like are you seeing like how I changed the shades of this the front row seats, like from bright orange to dark orange to
No, I know
darker
how you do
Is
that.
that what you said?
No, I know how you do that. I'm saying when you do it, just keep them all consistent because like these
Okay.
are good. These are all right. This one's okay. And then this one's like completely goes way off the spectrum. So if you're gonna add variation, just keep it within a 10 to 20% jiggle.
Okay, 10 to 20%. All right.
Yeah.
I was wondering, should I like after that vector 3 parameter in the master material where I change the color, should I like also clamp it somehow
You can clamp it.
so
You
that
can. Yeah, you do it by. There's other more advanced, tricky methods where you can use a gradient map, which is a curve gradient. That it's the same gradient you
I
use when you
saw
do the
that.
PBR
Yes.
checker, but you do it for color.
I read yes, I read an article yesterday where it explains how you can completely ignore the base color and use a gradient which comes from the mask itself. Is that what you're talking about? The gradient maps?
Yes, that's the concept of it. They're different in each program, like how you do them, but yes, that's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in
Okay.
Unreal it's called
Yeah.
it's because you do the same node setup when you do the PBR.
Yes, you do that using the curve function in yes. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Curve, I think it's Curve Atlas.
Yeah. Curve atlas. Yes.
You can set
That's the one.
values on there
You
if you
first create
wanted.
the curve and then you put it in the atlas where you can like decide the width and the height of that
Yeah.
gradient. So
Yes,
yeah,
this is it. Yeah.
this one. Yes.
So you could
I
define
read
your color
I read
ranges with that if you wanted something more advanced.
Yeah.
Because we did this on for the PBR color map. We set a value every 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, and changed the colors for luminance. V sounds Indian. That's because he's from India.
I am.
Can you imagine if you weren't? Nah, he's British. But no, do you get what I mean by this? Like in art direction, you want
Yeah,
things to be pretty
yes.
similar. So
I remember when Saurabh came, he mentioned one of his friend Ivan Leah, his art station, who worked on um, Concord, and
yeah.
in that game they used the this curve, sorry, gradient map using the custom primitive data. So I'm probably gonna ask him on art station in about more
Yeah. Or you
details.
could
Yeah.
literally buy one. You can buy them and repurpose it. I think there's a few of them on the marketplace. There's loads of
Yeah.
madness there. But yeah, no. Find your art direction for this, so you know that you've got some assets that are now working, tables working, this working, and you can kind of see by comparison, like your bowls and stuff, and like that, and your wine glasses. You can just see, right? There's a very stark difference in like it's too contrasty or a different art style. So this is where you start to align everything. Most of it's getting there, like the metal, the wood, the blue chairs, with the far chairs here.
Yeah.
You just need to know what that is. Like if you can't, you got to get used to it with your eye, or you can set actual values in the saturation. Like you can, go into the saturation and literally from 0 to 1 see where that lies, and you'd be like, I want all my colors at 0.25 saturation, and then you just move the hue, and it's always going to be clamped to that. So there's that way, there's gradient map way, there's all sorts, right? So but yes, no, much better. Like you see the night and day,
All right.
like before and after is night and day on sort of the albedo. Like so dark when you look at it back now. Especially these chairs here.
Yeah. It was way too dark.
Okay, so what's next?
Like you
So
started to see the notice. Oh, next is the
no, what
vending
was you saying,
machine
sorry?
I made.
You saying something?
No, I was just saying that you start to notice those difference in the albedo luminescence values when you are in the dark. Because the actual level, it has an overcast weather and it's quite literally dark at the floor. So
Yeah.
you do need the right amount of luminescence for
Yes,
those textures. Yeah.
you can get away with it at daytime, but if you want the same asset to
Mhm.
work everywhere, you'll start to notice, as you said, when
Yeah.
it's darker. It's like, oh shit, I can't see
Mhm.
shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's cool. Yes. What was? So I remember there was some things about working on just the kitchen, which it seems that you're starting to do now. So yeah, what are we putting in the kitchen?
So my earlier plan was to add like a boiler area over here, but I thought instead of that, why not just add a vending machine just to sell the idea of sci-fi? So I did that, took some reference from Japan and Cyberpunk, obviously, and uh, the vending machine is still not finished. I mean, it is done in terms of modeling, but in terms of texturing, I still need to work on some RGB mask and um I'm planning to like make a new trim sheet that is totally focused on just medium to small scale props. Um, just focused on panel lines and bolts and some, yeah, like a hybrid trim sheet basically. And then I also added a exhaust fan for the shop as well on the top. I'm not too sure about the placement of that, but it it helps filling the scene.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
And for the setup, yes.
thinking about.
You,
It's pretty heavy. Like it seems to me like you'd have like stands that yes go across horizontally, but also
oh,
go in like this. Like 45 degrees. Seems like
okay.
this would rip the tiles off the painting in like black.
Mm,
If you're doing it with trim sheets, maybe as well you can have some supports that go across here, um, like that. Also, be careful, like from a design point of view, like everything's like super. If I'm working in here, it's like I've got to walk down here, do, and then try and use the vending machine as well. But why would they use the vending? From like a world building perspective, the vending machine is not accessible by the customer, so it's you got to think of why. What is the reason for that? If they're going to buy their own drinks, like somebody sit at the front and say, I'll have the Coke, and then they go do it there, or but put a few mannequins inside and just simulate like them walking around and seeing if they could actually
what would it look like?
if they could work there.
Okay.
It seems quite cramped, but this seems super heavy.
Maybe I can just put this
So
exhaust maybe. Yeah, maybe I can just put it outside somewhere on the top of the roof.
yeah, unless you're
But
going to
then,
build the desk around it being open, but I feel as though you would get asked if you're a level artist, you put a vending machine inside, you would get asked by creative director like why, what's the reason, and you have to have a good reason, otherwise it's you can't say just because it looks cool, right? So that would probably get brought up
what's
in CD creative direction. So
okay?
it's just the placement of it.
Like,
So it's you have it, but you
sure,
could put
sure.
it
So I
somewhere.
should like probably work on the purpose. Like, what's the purpose of this vending machine here? Maybe that might answer,
Yes,
or
yeah.
maybe yeah. Okay.
And then this big
Oh,
thing
by the way,
here having some
the
supports in, but more supports because it's so so big.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, T must have sent you a link for the videos I sent you. I think he uploaded it on a different website where you can download it from.
Damn, T
Un-
has carried your videos.
Such a legend.
Shrunk the videos, which means you probably made them super chunky. Yeah, I think
Maybe,
YouTube next week will be
do
the
you want to
way.
retry on your Discord if it's working? Yeah, I'll upload it on YouTube next. The reason I don't do it is because of the compression of YouTube. It's so bad.
Anyway, what was you saying from before?
Before? No, I was just saying, maybe I should be focusing on the, like, trying to answer what's the purpose of an asset in a scene, and
Yes.
that might help me get some more answers. Possibly like what I need to model for that scene. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's the world building, right? So it's like placing things for a reason. So,
hmm
like I don't know what this is, for example. I don't know the purpose of it, or if it would get in the way of people's faces or stuff like that. But I know that it would rip those tiles right off the wall unless there were even more supports there as well. Probably more kitchen. Where's like, what's your main kitchen ref you're looking at when you're sort of not making them, but placing them? Making those fine, like these look fine. Like once you get the proper texture on, absolutely fine. But where are you looking for, like, in terms of placement, how you're placing them and in what order? Like what sort of reference? Is it on your mirror board or is it anything?
Yes. It's on the far left. Wait, let me.
Yeah, if you go to it,
Let
I'll
me
click your
jump on.
mouse. Also, I'm gonna What the hell is
Yeah.
an M4V file? It's like definitely a T type of thing. Uh, oh, I got your video, by the way. Let's have a quick look. Cheers, T.
Oh yeah. Thank you, T. Maybe I should also deform some of the uh, roof area. That shade, it's quite symmetrical.
Yeah, just run some people through
Is
the
your Discord?
counter.
Hmm?
Definitely looks better in the video in terms of proportions and scale. But it's still, yeah, question like the vending machine and the whatever this is, this aircon thing.
Hmm.
It's feeling pretty good. You can see me playing the video, right?
Yes.
Feels pretty good
And the
otherwise.
first video also has an audio. Not this one, the other one. I'm not sure if you like it. Yeah, we can reduce the volume. There we go.
Haven, a new
Haven.
frontier.
Yesterday I was also trying to come up with some names for just props and vending machines. Yeah, compression isn't that intense. Yeah, I don't know what he did, but I appreciate it.
Cool. Very creepy music. Makes me feel like makes me want to go watch Equilibrium, the film. Looks super epic. I remember seeing the original white boxing kits come so far. Yeah, like if you just take a holistic
Thanks,
look,
Andre.
you've
Yeah.
spent like so much. You've done so much improvements. Like your material improvement alone is like your knowledge of materials and what to look for is
Mm.
awesome. But also, you are like the problems you're running into are you're running into them because you're not doing the traditional thing, which is you pick a concept or a photo and make it. You're world building yourself, so you are going to have a lot
Yeah.
more difficulties than, which is good because you'll learn from them. But it's you're going to have more
Mm.
conflict in your bell curve
Yeah.
before you equalize out. So yeah, think of everything. Like imagine like a creative director is going to ask you why.
Why?
Why vending machine? Why is there an aircon and nothing on the roof
Mm.
for the opening for the air to come out? Like all these little types of things because you're designing as you go along as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will be cool once you get the
I
proper
do think
materials on this. This will look really cool, especially.
mm, currently I'm working on making a glass texture in
Oh, good luck with
paper.
glass in Unreal.
Yeah, I don't wanna use the traditional way of just adding refraction and stuff directly in Unreal. It's messing up with the shader complexity.
I won't spend too long on glass. Like glass is it's a nightmare in every single studio. Usually tech art make it. Or try to
Mm.
make it. So don't waste too much time on glass. Personally,
All right.
glass is absolute nightmare though. Especially glass that you want light to work through. Oh, you're giving me
Yeah,
PTSD now.
I will have like emissive tube lights and a glass panel, which will be covering that. So I am kind of concerned by the end of the project, uh, how many glass panels would I have, and would it tank my uh, performance a lot, or like should I be concerned about it or not?
Definitely want to limit it and have different types of glass that
Okay.
are particularly like ones you can get close to and ones you can't.
Yeah. Mm.
A few sticky notes in.
Yeah. Just because you asked these questions, like what's the purpose of these? I remember I made a set of logic plus storytelling question template. I'm gonna post it right over here. Where is it? Here. Oh,
mm,
this thing.
yeah.
It's obviously a lot. Like there's shit ton of question, but I only need to answer a few of them um just to answer out form versus functionality thing.
Yeah. That's good. This is all art direction and world building. It's the big part
I
of it.
remember doing that before when I was making those buildings and structures on the sides.
You can be like, yeah, your pillars are time, function. You can say like your pillars are time. Well, no, not maybe like from your art direction pillars, time, function, infrastructure, an access. So whenever you have something, think of those 4 pillars of like, for example, function and utility. The vending machine which isn't reachable by the public, right? Is that functional? And these are all the world building things. This goes beyond just making the art; goes into more of a level art world building skill set as well. So, which again, these are all separate roles in the industry, right? Remember the chat we had the other week with, we won't keep his name anonymous because he might not want to be told, but he was saying that he rarely opens and models. He's always world building and doing like the buildings and the art direction for that. So,
Yes.
but you're doing all these things at once, so it's going to take a longer time. But yes, keep thinking of those pillars in each one. But yeah, your technical improvement of materials is really, really good. Yeah, keep going. Lock down your ranges. Lock down your saturation ranges.
All right.
This is like say this is reaching, at least for the outside. Just get the props in a similar sort of thing. Like this green is quite saturated. Get those all locked in, and then it's just the inside, really. The inside, and then getting that stuff in.
I'm glad that the material share is all like almost 80-85% logged in terms of details and everything.
Yeah.
So once the shop is done, I just like need to not just populate the entire city, but like it would be far easier compared to what I had to go a few months back.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Like I already have a that I can just based on different assets. Yeah, thank you.
You get some reference of kitchens with this up against the splash guard, because there might be some cool things you can add here.
Yeah.
Or you could go old school with this as well, right? You could model in, cut some wireframes maybe around here, break off a tile,
and have a mesh decal.
Even just break it off with a model. Like players can't get inside, right? So
okay.
You can have some fun. You can have some fun with this modeling wise, and not go too crazy, but break some stuff off.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, having some chipped off on the edges. Gotcha. Yeah.
I do that in model though, nothing advanced, just old school. Cut some wireframe in.
Wireframe based, yeah.
Oh yeah, be careful of that. I just saw that. Border it off some way. But yeah, cool, man. Cool.
All right.
Any questions you want to ask? Like really good progress. Like say, think of the world building and realign those materials. But you're already in the right. You're already showing it in areas. You just gotta lock in your art direction for like saturations, and you already know how to fix albedos by now. You're working on your roughnesses. It's just lock those in and think of the world building. But yeah, no, cool. Anyone on the stream wants to say anything? You want to say anything for the stream in terms of what you've been doing on this or anything like that? Any concluding notes,
I don't
basically?
have any concluding notes. All right. Not really. It's just that my way of like perceiving like textures have changed so much.
Same.
From like I had no idea about the luminescence value, roughness variations, like and now seeing myself come this far, it just feels great, honestly.
Yeah, like eventually you're not even going to need to like this is good to look back on, but in the future you're just going to be able to look at stuff and be like, okay, too dark. I remember when I was at Ballistic Moon, there were these 2 experienced lighting artists, exterior to V and T, like 2 other people, and they were like looking at the forest in the albedo view, and I had started lighting. I was in my 4th month here, right, super new, and they were like, oh, the trees way too dark, right, in albedo to each other, and they were like, yeah, and I was looking at the trees, and I was like, how do they know that? And now, 2 years later, I see that as well. So
You can,
you are also training your eye to see that, to where like you know that you're going to aim for a certain luminosity range, and then you can break the rules
yeah, like
afterwards and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, Giga turned up to the
Mhm.
stream at the very end
You
just to
guys,
give you your flowers.
thank you, Giga. It really means a lot coming from you.
But yeah, cool man, good stuff. Keep a look. Let's get a few ABs in of those fixes for next week, and yeah, good stuff.
Yes. Thank you, thank you. All right, see ya, guys. Bye bye.
Peace. Just a reminder, folks, we are ever growing in our Discord community, which has a lot of benefits linked into the Patreon. As usual, I will say the Patreon and Lighting HQ is Miro Lighting for Games Hub, which I will link in the chat now. Bunch of free stuff in there, but you can also have a look if you want to join the Patreon, which you get access to videos I've already made, new videos once a month, master talks. We already have our first VOD up of our master talk from Sarab, CD Projekt Red senior lighting artist. So yeah, consider joining, join the community. If not, pop by on the streams as usual, and we can have a chat. But yeah, it's been good, guys. I'll see you guys. Yeah, nice to meet you, Isa. I'll see you guys next week. If not, I'll see you on the Discord.